What is up, guys? This is my 2018 Honda Shadow Phantom, and I'm going to be going over the best upgrades and mods that you can do to this bike. And I'm going to try to go in order from cheapest to most expensive, but there are quite a bit of things that you can do to this bike, and I'm going to go over them with you. Now, one of the cheapest things that you could possibly do to this bike is go ahead and get yourself some of these clear turn signal lenses. You can get them anywhere between $10 to $20 on Amazon, eBay. There's plenty of different options. But they're really easy to do. They're only held in by one screw at the bottom here. Pop them off, put a new one in, good to go. Now with that, while you do the clear lenses, I would recommend go ahead and changing out these front bulbs to LED. They're very simple to do. They're your typical turn signal bulb. You can get them on Amazon for super cheap as well, but you will need to upgrade your relay flasher in order to accommodate these LED lights. Now, in order to upgrade your turn signals for your LED flashers, all you gotta do is take this little side panel off. It's only held in by 2 rubber clips, super easy to pop off. And this will give you access to your relay flasher here. Shout out to the Dead Spider. I believe this is only like $10 or $20. You can get it on Amazon as well. Here is the part number, the LF1-S pin, max 150 watts. I will leave a little link in the description for you as well. But all you have to do is upgrade that, and that'll allow the turn signals on the front to work with the LED. For some reason, it doesn't work with the back turn signals. You'll need to keep that as a halogen bulb, but you win some, you lose some. Now, I'd say the next probably cheapest mod that you can do, but I highly recommend you do this as one of your first mods, is upgrade your stock headlight to this new LED light. I do have a video on how to do it. You will need to do a little bit of fabricating, but it's not difficult at all. But trust me, when you get this thing going, you can see the whole road. The stock headlight, I couldn't see anything. This is way better. Even with just the regular daytime running light, this thing is super bright. You won't even really need to use the high beam, but you can at nighttime when there's nobody around, because this thing is ridiculously bright. It's hard to show just how bright this thing is on camera, but this is the high beam, and trust me, you will see everything on that road if you're riding on some rural back road. It is 100% the best upgrade you could do to this bike. Now, moving on to the next upgrade that I would say is 100%, do it as early as you can. Go ahead and pick yourself up some of these easy risers. They're the 2.5 inch riser for your handlebars, and this will save your back so much. Just that 2.5 inches, trust me, you're gonna want it. With the handlebar risers, this is my typical riding position. Before, when it was down, I was more hunched over like this, but with the risers, I can comfortably sit up straight and not have any issues. Now, these risers are about $120, and your shipping might vary, but these do fit from the 2010 model all the way up to the 2024 model. So if you have a Shadow Phantom, I highly recommend getting you some of these risers. Now, this next one can either go for style or for passenger comfort. If you ride with a passenger, I highly recommend getting yourself one of these Sissy Bar backrests. They will average roughly about $90 to $100. Some of them will come with a small little luggage rack on the back here. I opted against that because I wanted to get myself this little backpack bag that I just screwed on here. It's really only held in by 2 self-tapper screws into the back of it. But that's where I keep my insurance and all that stuff, so that way I can easily access it. But these are also super easy to install. They just mount with the 2 bolts here. If you have a saddlebag, you'll just run the saddlebag through that, but that is a different video. But this here, trust me, well worth the money. It benefits everybody, honestly. Now, continuing on with storage, I don't believe you can get these saddlebags anymore. These were a Viking Warrior medium bag. It seems they have changed the design and have gone to more of a soft bag. I don't know if you can actually get this specific model anymore, but it is a decent upgrade if you can find one that you like. These costed me about, I think, $200 at the time. Trust me, they are way worth it because you can store so much in them. Sometimes I will take my big riding jacket and I will store it in it during the daytime. I do keep my helmet locks in there as well. Sometimes I will put like spare drinks for long trips. You never know when you're gonna need something. So I always recommend getting some saddlebags. You just have to find the right ones that you like for you. They can vary in price. You may get them on sale for about $100. They could go up to $300 if you decide to get hard bags. So that choice is up to you. I hope you can find these because I really like these ones, but if you can't, definitely shop around. Now, this is probably one of my most frequently asked questions is what seat is this? And the answer is, this is actually the stock seat. I went out to a local upholstery and had the stock seat refinished. I added a gel pad in the front, a gel pad in the rear, and an extra 1/2 inch of foam, as well as they redid the leather and added the double stitch diamond. Now, this did cost me about $650, whereas an aftermarket Mustang seat will cost you around the same, but I don't think they have the style that fits these bikes that well. They might be a little bit more comfy because they're larger and more foam, but they just don't fit these bikes anywhere near as the stock seat did. Because if you look at this actually flows with the bike a lot better rather than some big old lumpy seat back here for your wife or passenger or whoever. So I highly recommend upgrading the stock if you can, but it's not the end of the world. The stock seat wasn't that comfy, so if you could get an upgraded one, I'll definitely recommend that. Even if you can find them aftermarket or used online, eBay, you may get them a little bit cheaper, like say $300 or $400. They're definitely worth it when you think about longevity of riding. When you're out there for an hour long or 2 hours long, you're not going to be getting numb in the butt and just wanting to get off the bike. You can actually ride way longer and enjoy your time. Now, the final and most expensive piece on this bike is definitely my Cobra Splashdown exhaust. This did cost me about $800 when I got it. You may be able to find it a little bit cheaper now, but the matte black finish on this with the chrome tips just helps it a lot. Because I still have the chrome mirrors, so the chrome tips actually aren't the end of the world. I do kind of wish they were black with the tips, but it is what it is. But the sound that comes off of these is so much better than you would think. It actually has a real deep, throaty noise instead of for just the Jetsons car riding by you. The stock exhaust, I don't think did anywhere near as good for looks for this bike with the chrome. It's too much chrome. When you have a fully matte black bike, throwing that much chrome in there just wasn't a good idea. So I definitely recommend getting a new set of pipes. I definitely prefer these because I like the long look of it where it comes out the back end instead of for some short shots right here, or the taped up pipes. I don't like the look of those. I feel like this looks more stock and it was designed for the bike rather than just some aftermarket loud pipes. So definitely look into getting you some new exhaust. It'll definitely help with the look and just overall noise. Now, another super cheap thing that you should do, go ahead and just get you a permanently installed battery tender cable, so that way you can always just plug it in when it's wintertime, because you never want to be out there just, every time you want to ride, you got to take the seat apart, get the batteries all good to go. It's just so much work. It's so much nicer to just get a permanently installed battery tender cable. That'll only cost you maybe $5, $10. So definitely think about it when you're doing this. Now, that is all the mods that I have done. There are definitely some other things that you could do, like you could upgrade the mirrors, you could upgrade your grips. Plenty of options here. You could even change the rims if you can find some. They're a lot harder to find on the older models, only because you still have a drum brake in the rear and it is shaft driven, so your style of rims can't change that much. But definitely a lot of options that you can still do to this bike, but you're still looking at roughly $2,000 to $3,000 in upgrades when everything is done, if you've done basically what I have done. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight on what you want to do. Maybe it gives you ideas, but these are definitely some mods that I would recommend, and it makes this bike look so much better than the stock form that it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great day.